And then we're going to secure that. Now, this is where it changes a little bit because I need to suck this in where you can't see the center. So again, I'm going to go in, but what I'm going to do this time is I go in and I come back up in the same place. So I go in, I come back up, but once I come up, I take the track and I lay it on top of the needle. So I still go through, but now I'm going through really trying to pull the track in. Once I do that, I get my hair from underneath. Now you're generally doing this, like I said, either on a styrofoam head or a canvas head or at least on a table where you have some security, but I need to make sure you all see. Then I go around again. Once I go around, I'm going to do the same thing, make sure the track goes around, and then I'm going to come in and go through the track again independently. So I make sure my needle catches my track, and then I go back through again the same fashion. So I go in, but then I come back out. Can you all got that? Yes, so far? Okay. Come in and I come back out. And look what happens when I start to pull it, the track automatically starts sucking into the net. So then now we still got this small section, still got this small hole in the middle. I'm going to go in again. So I go in, underneath. Once I come underneath, I grab my track again, and then I pull it. I'm going to do one more. Come in from the opposite side, go in and out, and then catch my track again from the other side and pull it in. Now what I'm going to do at this point, let me see the shears, Brittany, is I'm going to cut off the excess that I don't need so I don't have any excess weight. When I get to this point, I want to leave myself about 2 inches of excess. So that's what I'm going to leave to finish off. I'm still going to have a little bit more. Now what I'm going to do now is a little bit different because I need to lock in this center where you can't even tell where it starts. So I come in from the top. Do I have another needle? Can you thread me another needle if it's not one threaded? I come in from the top. I'm going to grab, get my hand secure here, and make sure you all can see. I'm going to grab the hair from the top, like so. So I let the needle go through. Then I come inside. Once I come inside, this time I'm going to pull it from underneath. Pull it all the way from underneath, and that's going to start bringing that in more. Then I go back through. This time I can just keep going through the center. Go through the center again, flip it over, come straight up, and then I grab the piece right next to the section that I just put the needle through, and I start pulling it in again. So I go through the center again and pull that in. Now at this point, can you all see what's starting to happen there? It's closing up real good. What I'm going to do now, because I ran out of my needle space, you always want to attach your needle at this point from underneath also. I'm going to go in the same way I told you about. I'm just going to secure my new needle. I'm going to just create a loop stitch exactly where I stop. That's how you start a new needle, always exactly where you stop. Pull it all the way through. And then what am I going to do next, people? Tie them together. Tie the two together. So I come in and I tie these two together just like so. And how many of you all have assistants? Now we're coming in again. I'm going to grab, at this point, you grab whatever section needs to be brought into your section. So in this case, I'm grabbing that small end that has kind of a loop, and I come back through the center. And we're going to pull the needle through again, and then I go back up, and then can you all see that? Can you all see? You can't even really see where it starts or where it stops. And I'm going to let you all see this up close. So I'm going to come in now, and we cut it almost to the very end. but I need to secure just that one last piece. So we come in, I got my needle underneath. I'm going to come back through the center. Bring it back up. And then that last little piece, can you all see that last piece that we just cut off right here? That's going to be our final securing piece. So I take that section, I bring my needle through, just like so. Make sure that I get the corner really well. Bring my needle through, and I swing it around, and I come back through the center, and then I'm going to finish underneath. Once I finish underneath and I pull that in nice and securely, then I'm going to finish off underneath, brushing all of my hairs out of the way with my loop brush in 1 second, and I'm going to do my last looping stitch, and we're going to secure that. So we're going to come in, do one last loop, go around, make sure that we take our needle through. 10 minutes? Great. And then I'm going to finish. Now what we've done with Brittany is a little bit different. Her hair is very fine in the top and it's somewhat sparse. So she does need something here because she doesn't have a lot of density. But we can do this on a person with or without hair. But around the perimeter, what we did a little bit different, we went below the margin and we did a technique called web weaving. That's a technique that I do that you can do on really short hair where you create cores using cross stitching, lock stitching, and secure stitching. It's a pattern that you use to create these cores so they don't slide. This is a great way to create a securing mechanism when the hair really is too fine, maybe too thin, or you just don't want the bulk of a braid. So we chose to do that instead of actually creating another braid to secure to. So when I do that, I'm going to go in, this was already measured out for her, and I lay this down. And we only got 10 minutes, so we're going to show you just in the back, and then I'm actually going to take her off stage and secure her some more. We got section that we have. What you do with this so that you can cut this apart and not have to actually cut into the net is we go through, then we catch the core. Can you all see that? Catch that core? That's the core, and I'm right underneath it. Once I catch the core, I do the same type of stitch pattern, and then I secure it. Go through again, create one line of a stitch to create to the core. Now, if I was doing a braid, I would have done the same thing. I would have traveled through the braid to the next area that I wanted to secure the closure to, and then I would have went upward and secured the closure. And then I come in and I secure it down. Can you all see that? Okay, I'm going to do one more, then we're going to ask some questions, and I'm going to get these irons away, okay? Go down one. Again, make sure that I missed the core that time, so I'm going to go back through again, make sure that I catch the core. And that's what these are called. It's called web weaving. You can actually do this in an entire head and create a net, meaning you make the hair into a net. You don't do any braiding. It's called web weaving. And then I go up through the 1/4 inch section that exceeded beyond our margin, and then I secure it down. Can everybody see that? Yes? Okay, now what I'm going to do, because you all want to get these irons, right? We got a few minutes. All right, if all of you all answer, I can't throw them all out, okay. All right, let me see. Come on, Glenn, what we got?
Mike.
You got some questions, Glenn?
Yes, she's been doing hair for how many years?
How many?
Work Diva, is that 21 or is it 20?
It's 20. It's 21 now. I don't know who got it. Okay.